If you're a New Yorker, you probably have heard of Chinatown and Little Italy, but have you heard of Little Australia? It's a 6-block area in NoLIta full of restaurants and shops that are Australian owned. Today, I'm gonna find out what this place is all about.
How are you? You wanna come in? So many Aussies here now, we call it Australita, not NoLIta.
As Australians do, they gravitate to the NoLIta area.
You're always kind of bumping into one another and being like, hey, another Australian. So it's kind of nice, it's like a bit of home.
Giles Russell, Henry Roberts, owners in two hands.
We didn't set out to like create Australia in New York by any means, but it's, you know, it's happened in the nicest, like, organic way.
Everyone kind of just sticks together. It's kind of like a pot of dolphins, Australian dolphins.
Super chill attitude, but at the same time everyone's like really hard working.
It's the food, it's the coffee, and it's the vibe, the like Australian vibe, like laid back, but you're in the most gnarly city doing like some crazy stuff.
Most interesting to me as the new consul general is really how big the group is and what they're doing. So we go 30 years ago, we start talking Wall Street. Now we're talking about restaurants, we're talking about fashion, we're talking about film.
The Australian culture in New York, it's pretty prevalent in the cafe scene, fashion industry scene.
You don't put a lot on. You go like pretty decently on the butter, and then you go minimal on the Vegemite.
Okay.
It's very rich.
The first thing an Australian, including me, will say when you go to any country, any city, anywhere is, where's the coffee? So people think we always think about beer and wine, but actually for an Australian, coffee is the most important thing because it starts the day.
I'm Lincoln, one of the owners of Ruby's Cafe, the unofficial Australian embassy we used to call it. We all grew up with little cafes like this. In Australia, you wake up and you have your flat white, which has now become famous.
We stole it from you guys?
Yeah, we had flat white 13 years ago, and now Starbucks has a flat white, so we must have done something right.
Dylan Hales, General Manager and co-owner of a flower shop in the Lower East Side.
Flower shop is not actually a flower shop, is it?
It's not a flower shop, no, it's a bar restaurant.
How often do people make that mistake?
Fairly regularly.
I was one of them, so I'm glad.
You were, yeah.
Yeah. What is a misconception of Australian culture?
That we all ride kangaroos everywhere.
Just outside of any city you can see kangaroos and crocodiles, snakes and spiders. Accidentally swim with the most venomous creature in the world, which is the box jellyfish. So they're definitely there, but they're not, you know, they're not roaming the streets of Sydney.
The Aussie boys are great fun. We like to drink a lot more, I think.
How would you describe an Australian night out?
That's a dangerous question.
We're at Spare Folks and a Ghost. We say prawns on the barbie.
So where did shrimps on the barbie
I have no idea. I think it's an American thing because Americans say shrimp and we say prawns.
From this moment forward, anytime that I try to imitate your culture, I'm gonna say prawns on the barbie.
Do it.
To be
do
more,
it.
to be more
Australians will be impressed if you do that, like actually.
People think of us as barbecues and surfing, but Australians are really hard working and risk takers.
There's so much opportunity for anything that you don't get back in Australia. Like anything and everything is possible here.
I can't picture myself living anywhere else.
Obviously having that community of Australians is really important, but it is also important to branch out.
They mix well, like Australians and Americans. There's so much like positivity that comes out of Americans. I think when Australians and Americans come together, it creates a really cool like balance and culture.
Australians are great, and it was comforting to see that no matter where you go in the world, you can always bring a little piece of home with you. And it's that strong network of support and community that makes you feel safe and has your back and really emboldens you to dive into your new surroundings.